Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to our learning session. Before we go further, let me ask you one question. Do you like chocolate? I'm pretty sure all of you love chocolate. But some of you must be wondering how chocolate is made. In that case, I would like to share you the process of making chocolate. Let's get started.
Most of the beans are grown in West Africa. After 6 months, the cocoa pods are ripe and they are harvested. Once fermented, the beans are dried out in the sun and shipped to chocolate factories all over the world. At the factories, the beans are cleaned and then roasted. The shells are removed and the beans are ground into a thick liquid. Other ingredients, such as sugar and cocoa butter, are added to make the chocolate taste nice. Finally, the chocolate is packaged and sent to shops to be sold.
Can you tell me how many steps involved in the process of making chocolate? There are actually 5 important steps.
Firstly, the cocoa pods are harvested. Next, they are fermented. Later, the beans are dried out in the sun. Then, the beans are roasted. Finally, they are ground into thick liquid.
Now, let us look at the vocabularies to understand the words in context.
Harvested is a process of removing the cocoa pods from the trees and opening them to extract the beans. Fermented is a process of exposing the beans to the heat and moisture. Roasted is when the beans are overheated to reduce moisture in the beans, while ground is a process in which the beans are turned into thick liquid.
Point to note that time connectives plays an important role when we are dealing with a particular process. In this topic, time connectives that we have just learned are:
First is used for an action that happens before any action. We use next or then for an action that happens after another action. We use later for an action that happens before or after another action. And finally, is used for an action that happens at the end.
Before we end up our lesson, let's try out this activity. Have you done with the task? Let's check the answer.
Number 1. After 6 months, the cocoa pods are ripe and they are harvested. Number 2. Once fermented, the beans are dried out in the sun. Number 3. The beans are shipped to chocolate factories. Number 4. At the factories, the beans are cleaned, then roasted. Number 5. The shells are removed and the beans are ground into thick liquid. Number 6. The chocolate is packed and sent to the shop to be sold. Present them in front of the class. Don't forget to use time connective to indicate the steps.
That's all for today. Thank you for joining the lesson.